Welcome into No Punt Intended, presented by Club Fantasy. It is semi-finals week with fantasy football. The season's almost over, boo, but you could be closer to getting money, hooray, or you could be closer like me, because I am in my league's toilet bowl. You could be patiently awaiting your 24 hours inside of a Waffle House. You know, it's one of the two. Could be a lot of money or a lot of waffles. It's your choice, and we're here to help you with either one. Hopefully we can get you a win regardless, so you're either winning money or not sitting in a Waffle House trying to stuff your body with just straight up fat and wheat. Let's get into it. It is going to be, actually, let's hope it's going to be a good week, because after last week, honestly, anything is better than week 15. So let's dive into this. Let's get into week 16 semifinals week. Welcome into No Punt Intended, presented by Club Fantasy. I am your host, Joe Zollo. Joining me, as always, Joshua Hudson, Ryan Weisse. Gentlemen, I already know how Week 15 went for you, but would you like to share it with the public?
Most of Week 15 was great, but unfortunately, Josh and I showed up to this funeral in proper attire. My four-eyed championship team.
See, I support my friends.
Yeah, so we're wearing black in solidarity and mourning. But Club Fantasy's hopes are still alive in the hands of one Joe Zollo. So instead of 1/17th of a championship, he can now get 17/17ths of a championship.
My God, let's hope. Let's hope. There is still 3 days for people to be put on the COVID list. So there's still time. Let's not jinx anything. There's still plenty of time.
I feel like you just did, Joe.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Feels that way.
No, I mean at this point it's going to happen. It's just going to happen. You know, today was a good day. Biden pushed back the student loan payments, so riding on a high right now.
That's right.
Today was a good day.
And
today was a good day.
If you win a couple fantasy championships, you'll actually be able to afford those loan payments.
Yes,
You're not
exactly.
wrong.
Exactly. In the words of Ice Cube, today was a good day. All right.
Love it. Didn't
now,
even use my
I want to preface that. Today was a good day for me. For, I would say, most people in the NFL, basically everyone on your fantasy roster, not a good day.
Another week of this. Jesus.
Yes. Robert Saleh, Nick Sirianni, both on the COVID list. I'm just going to tell you all the people that are on the COVID list.
Who aren't playing.
Yeah. Eckler and Jalen Guyton on the list. Cooks, Brandon Cooks, that is, on the list. He's vaccinated, so he has the chance to play Sunday. Daniel Jones and Sterling Shepard, IR, season's over. Jared Goff, COVID list. Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, COVID. Harrison Butker, COVID. Butker's unvaxxed, so he's out 16. Kelsey has the chance. We are unsure if Hill is vaxxed or not. Kendrick Bourne, COVID. A.J. Brown activated. Oh, my goodness. Good news. On track to play tomorrow against the
And he
Niners.
has COVID.
And he has COVID. Could you imagine? Tomorrow morning comes down with COVID? That would be tough. Elijah Mitchell out tomorrow. Just a knee injury, not COVID. So he's actually out for legitimate, injury reasons. The traditional out tag, might we say.
That we just don't see much anymore.
That we just don't see much of. Cole Beasley, COVID list. Le'Veon Bell, wow, is being signed to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, replacing Leonard Fournette, who is on short-term IR with a hamstring injury. Short-term IR, sorry, fantasy owners. He's not going to be available for your championship. So, that's tough. Leonard Fournette has been he's probably outplayed his draft.
Really?
Yeah, he's probably outplayed his draft status the most of any running back, I would say, this year. Shout out to the Tampa Bay Buccaneer show. I forget who we had on, but they said Leonard Fournette would be cut before the season and Ronald Jones would take the reins, and now Ronald Jones can't even beat out Le'Veon Bell.
I think that was Jeff Bell.
That was Jeff Bell, where he threw that out as a possible thing that could go down.
Sorry, Jeff.
Sorry, Jeff. I know we went back and forth on that.
He hit a home run on Cordero Patterson. So
he smacked Cordero Patterson. That is true. Yeah. 15 Jets players also placed on COVID. The most notable and maybe one that you would have started this week because of good matchup, Michael Carter, the running back, not the defensive back. Although, who knows? Maybe the defensive back's on the COVID list.
Probably.
Yeah.
He's probably still feeling the effects of getting trucked by Tua this weekend.
Hey, he tried. Also, Tua's a big guy. Like, he's pretty big. Michael Carter's a tiny human. He is not a very big defensive back.
No.
I think he's 5'11", like 200, maybe. And that might be
Tua's not that big. He's barely 6 feet.
I thought he's listed at 6'1".
Bigger than Michael Carter.
Yeah, bigger than Michael Carter. Also bigger shoulder pads than Michael Carter. Jacksonville has also designated Dan Arnold to return from IR. He might be able to play this week.
I don't know how I missed that was even a possibility. I thought he was done. I don't remember what the injury was too. Now. Yeah.
I'm going to up.
He was 6 feet, 217.
217? I mean...
Yeah, I was going to say, he looks like, thicker in the legs. I think that's what, what's giving you the idea that he's big.
Yeah.
No, he's not a big guy by any means.
Yeah. I will say I have updated my upside tight end officially to James O'Shaughnessy or Dan Arnold, depending on who starts. So there's the official update there. G says Lev Bell already rostered for me 24 hours ago.
I thought he never dropped him from earlier in the year.
Yeah, I would say G had him rostered since week 2. So Carrington, he's got a championship game this week. Oh baby, he has Austin Eckler. Does he start Deonta Foreman or risk and wait? He has Justin Jackson as insurance. You wait. You 100% wait. Because if you have Eckler's backup, you wait.
It's not a great matchup for Foreman either.
No, against San Fran. And also, Justin Jackson will have a great matchup against the Houston Texans. You definitely wait.
Yeah, Jackson had some pop last week.
I was going to say, Jackson's not a terrible play. Jackson's not a terrible play if Eckler plays. And if Eckler's out, that's...
Yeah, definitely. I think Eckler's vaccinated, so he has a very realistic possibility of playing on Sunday. God, I would really love if Austin Eckler could play because I need him in my semifinals matchup. But yes, you be okay with Justin Jackson as assurance. Feel fine keeping Eckler in and leaving Foreman on your bench. Be okay with that. You have Justin Jackson as the backup. Elixirs, may I live by the goat and die by the goat? Oh, Elixirs. Do I agree with you? I think he put up 9 points or 8 points.
0.26 in Four-Eyed Fantasy, which is why I am watching this weekend instead of playing. So
0.26. Now, for those that don't know, Four-Eyed, if your quarterback throws an incomplete pass, you lose a half a point.
Yep.
But also, if your quarterback throws a first down, you gain a half a point. So it doesn't really even out, but it kind of evens out. So that's why Tom Brady had 0.26 points was all his incompletions. I lost by 9 fantasy points in a league where I had Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, Alvin Kamara, and Chris Godwin.
Yeah,
I lost by 9 points.
The folks who rode Brady to a bye were rubbing their hands happy with that. Now they just got to hope he bounces back.
God. 1 game left. Elixir says Antonio Brown or Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's going to drop Godwin, obviously. Season-ending IR. Amon-Ra St. Brown, and to me, that's not even close at this point.
Be careful, because if Jared Goff doesn't play, I don't know how effective Amon-Ra is going to be.
I guess that's fair.
I mean,
I know that's a glaring endorsement of Jared Goff, but still.
Yeah, I feel like Tim Boyle can get him the ball.
Antonio Brown's the only one left.
That's my thing.
Is Mike Evans hurt?
Yeah,
he's dinged up too. He's week to week with a hamstring injury.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
Rob Gronkowski.
And the homeboy couldn't catch anything thrown to him this past week.
Jeez,
if I'm putting in a waiver
the whole
claim,
team was hurting.
I love the Sun God. If I'm waiver claiming one of these two, it's Antonio Brown.
Same.
Oh God, I don't know.
It's quarterbacks. I mean,
again, if I knew right now that Jared Goff was starting, I would probably go with Amon-Ra because he's been on fire and he has a cake matchup. But I think even 30 snaps of Antonio Brown is going to be more effective than St. Brown catching passes from a scrub backup quarterback.
And remind me, who does Tampa play again this week? I forget.
Carolina.
Yeah.
Your
so
biggest concern
that's a
there
good
is that they
matchup.
boat race them, because then you're only going to see bits and pieces of Antonio Brown, and you're going to live off of Ronald Jones at that point. So,
But we've seen Tom Brady force feed Antonio Brown to get him going.
that's true.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, who's to say he won't do that in the first 30 snaps of the game? Just because Carolina is decent against the run, and we all know that Brady doesn't trust Ronald Jones the same way he trusts Fournette,
or even Giovanni Bernard.
Or even Bernard, exactly. We know he certainly doesn't trust Keyshawn Vaughn at this point.
Keyshawn?
God,
I mean,
damn, that was terrible.
He doesn't trust Ronald Jones enough to where they had to bring in Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, exactly.
That's sad.
I just went and double checked on Tim Boyle's start. ARSB,
Terrible.
ARSB went 4 for 4 for a whopping 18 yards.
There you go.
Yeah, Tim Boyle is bad. Tim Boyle is no bueno. All right, as we get more questions to come in, 3 up, 3 down. Honestly, it was a scrounge to find 3 ups this week. Really needed to look hard, and a lot of these are just straight up obvious ones because, well, there wasn't too many bright spots this week. Josh, you have Dallas Goedert saying that he tried so hard to save your dynasty team after everyone else crapped the bed, and you will forever remember that. So, shout out Dallas. Out there in Philly. Go you.
Oh, that's 2 straight weeks he's looked really good.
Very good.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, we all know he's good. It's just a matter of getting him the football, and Jalen Hurts has been
all he's doing is
cost of Devonta Smith. So
I say all he's doing is making his draft stock way too expensive next year.
Yes.
Fair point.
Your second up, the Detroit Lions, 2 wins in your last 3 games. Congratulations, Detroit.
So damn proud.
Congratulations.
So damn proud.
You no longer have the first overall
I was going to say,
pick.
who needs a first overall pick?
Yeah, Detroit.
Oh, I know.
Detroit. They need a first.
Yeah, right now
pick.
Jacksonville is sitting in the number 1 seed.
Yeah,
Or number 1
back-to-back
spot.
years.
Quarterback?
Not in this class.
Sam Howell? Back-to-back ACC quarterbacks?
Not in this class.
Question mark? What are the odds they go with a defensive end?
Pretty high.
It's so stupid, though.
At 1 overall, they would trade back if they were going to do that. I don't know the draft class. I don't know if anyone's projected to go that high.
There's 2 defensive ends that are projected to go 101.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, you have Aiden Hutchinson.
Aiden Hutchinson from Michigan, and then the kid from Oregon.
Caden Thibodeau from
Oregon.
I believe.
Yeah. Aiden Hutchinson is nasty, too.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been in the Heisman voting, though.
No, he should not.
He's good, but he's not better than Will Anderson in Georgia.
I follow the draft close enough. This would be going back to Jadeveon Clowney.
Yes, that would be the last.
But again, Myles Garrett was before him.
Oh, duh. Yeah.
Myles Garrett was after.
But I mean,
him.
those are both like weaker quarterback classes, and that's exactly what this is. I mean, to me, the only case that you can make outside of defensive end, especially if Jacksonville ends up there, is if an offensive tackle blows them out of the water.
Yeah.
Just in testing and the combine and stuff, because that's a huge need for Jacksonville.
To me, I would trade back, get future draft picks, and still take an offensive tackle. There's no reason.
I mean,
for you
they
to have
have
the
defensive end too. So
that's what I was going to say.
And keep in mind, they also have a second first rounder this year, don't they?
Well, and that's what I was going to say is if they trade back, if you're trading back, someone's trading up for. No one's trading up for a defensive end. They're trading up for a quarterback. If one of these quarterbacks starts to blow this combine up, you're kind of saving one of those ends for yourself. Detroit's not going to go D end.
Detroit would go defensive.
Detroit 100% would go defensive. They went Jeff Okudah at 3.
Yeah,
they would 100% go defensive end. Now, I'm not saying that's right, but I mean, if anyone's going to go 1-1, I think it's the kid from Pittsburgh.
Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, I don't know why. I have a weird feeling that kid is somehow going to blow up the combine. He's going to be the guy that everyone's talking about. I have a weird feeling it's going to be Pickett from Pittsburgh because also he broke Dan Marino's passing record at Pitt, and that's all anyone can talk about is that and also
he's also on the older side too, so teams might be a little...
but the fake slide though, the nastiest move this side of the Mississippi. That was sick. That was sick. I absolutely loved it. But anyways, the Detroit Lions. And Josh, your third up, Jonathan Taylor for literally being, I'm going to say the only must start.
There were a couple. Cooper Kupp, obviously.
Yeah.
Kupp, yeah, okay.
And then Andrews and Kelsey both had blow-up weeks.
Yeah.
Too, so.
One of the 4 must-starts.
I mean, still.
Yeah, in quarterfinals week, though. I mean, that hurts.
Big
That
time.
really hurts. I mean, he literally made his name on that last touchdown run. And the vision on that run was... Gotta hate him.
It's nasty.
Gotta hate him.
You hate him, but you love him. Come
I
on.
hate him. Don't worry, he'll come up on the 3 downs. Is Lev Bell going to be active, or we still don't know? He says he assumes with injuries.
I mean, it could end up being, but I think a lot's just going to play into what he shows during practice this week.
Yep.
How in shape is he, et cetera. So.
Yep. Elixir, CEH, Swift, Elliott, or Rashad Penay in a standard. CEH home against Pittsburgh, Swift in Atlanta, Zeke at home against Washington on Sunday Night Football, and Elijah Penny at home against the Bears.
I don't know if I'm trusting Swift in a standard this early. Like coming back.
I want to roll. I want to say Elijah Penny badly, but Chicago's run defense has been.
You clearly mean Rashad Penny. I'm just gonna...
What did I say? Sorry.
Oh, Elijah.
No, roll with Elijah Penny. Drop Rashad Penny. Roll with Elijah Penny. Rashad Penny. Sorry. I weirdly want to say Rashad.
I wouldn't
Penny.
even go that far. I mean, look at DJ Dallas coming in stealing touches last week. It's not Penny's job right now.
I like CEH.
The moment we think it is,
CEH.
it's not. So
yeah, I would CEH just by default. His matchup's good. He should find the end zone once. CEH.
Yeah,
I would stick with Zeke personally, but I have zero trust in that Kansas City running game. It was a smash play last week against the Chargers, and just nothing.
And then Mahomes threw for 410 yards.
Yeah.
And 4 touchdowns. Accurate. I mean, LA could have wrapped up the game if they decided to run the football after their first 2 plays and not throw it 4 consecutive times and put Donald Parham in concussion protocol. But, Brandon Staley's a fucking moron, just like every other young NFL head coach. So, Carrington, J-Rob relevant again. Screw you, Urban Meyer.
Yes,
Shout out Annie Agar. She made the video today, and Carolina said that they didn't have a kicker, and she said, well, you should call Urban Meyer. And I got a good laugh on
Love her.
So I thought it was fun.
Perfection.
Yep. So I absolutely love that. Ryan, your 3 ups. Duke Johnson. Why isn't this on Josh's ups?
Oh, I have my
He got there first. But...
Okay. Well, you have Duke Johnson and Brandon Cooks, and it's all because of shout out to Fantasy Pros for the new followers.
Fantasy Pros showed who had the highest rankings for the number 1 at each position last week, and I was highest on Duke Johnson and highest on Brandon Cooks. Followers shot up. I picked up like 20 in 10 minutes. I was like, that'll work.
I had no clue Duke Johnson was signed to an active roster. I had no idea.
They literally signed him last week.
Josh gassed me up on him, and so it made its way into my projections. What's even worse, I had him, I think, at 14 at one point. It was like, this is fucking crazy. I got it.
No, he's
down a little bit, and he finishes at number 1.
I mean, Ryan, way before you even part of the show, Josh and I have always said we don't understand why Duke Johnson is not a 1B.
We still talked about it once I joined the show.
Yes, we don't understand why
usage.
Duke Johnson isn't a 1B right next to somebody.
Yep.
Because he's an unbelievable pass catcher. He can block, and he can run between the tackles. I don't get it. And obviously, very well beloved in Miami because, well,
Hurricanes, baby.
He's a Hurricane. So I'm pretty sure the stadium was chanting.
They signed him to active.
Duke.
They signed him to active on Monday right after
week.
the game, so they weren't screwing around anymore. So
I love Duke Johnson. I'm happy.
Now it's going to be fun to see who's going to see more touches. Is it Gaskin or Johnson? So
this is a shitty week for both of them. So
yeah,
exactly.
And then Ryan, your other one, Travis Kelce, for reminding the world who the tight end really is. Yeah, after
Andrews is still tight end 1.
Yeah, I saw that.
After the week Kelce had, seriously. Also,
Andrews was tight end 2 this week.
Also, can we talk about what a poor performance of tackling on that final play by the Chargers? Ridiculous. You got juked out by arguably the most inelusive person on the roster.
And you're not wrong, but what's funny is he does it more often than you think when you watch
he does.
Like he's
that's what blows my mind.
And
I think it's because you go into it thinking, oh, he's not that elusive. Like he's not going to get around me, right? Big guy. He's not very quick. He's quick for his size, but my God, he looks it just looks so slow
It's
when
hilarious.
he comes in and out of his cuts, and then he just runs away.
It looks like Big Ben playing quarterback, but it works, whereas it doesn't work for Big Ben.
It's unbelievable. That was such an awful performance of tackling.
Yeah.
On that final play, because he caught it, made the first defender miss him, and I'm saying he's gonna fucking score. He's gonna score on this goddamn play. Seriously? Oh, pissed me off so much. Couple quick ones in here. Is Waller likely to come back? Does anyone know on that, or is Elixir's rolling with Orange Fanta again? I think it's a coin toss, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And everything I'm reading is sounding negative. So
there's no reason for them to bring him back either.
No, there is now after.
No, they're still fighting for a playoff spot.
I get that division's super tight. I forget that division is very tight. I mean, they need a lot to go their direction because
he didn't practice again on Wednesday, so
that's not good. I would say watch his practice reports. If he's limited tomorrow and Friday, I would say be optimistic for him to play. But if he doesn't practice Thursday, then he's probably not playing.
And I'm going to be honest with you, Elixirs. I don't know what your waiver wire looks like. If you want to throw some names in here, I'm not. Let me preface by saying I'm really on the Alberto train this week. I don't know that Fanta's outplaying snap-wise Alberto, but target-wise, they're splitting down the middle, and that's just terrifying. So
I love that we're calling him Fanta.
I literally realized that I said it three times in a row. I was like, Jesus, Elixirs, what have you done to me?
Yeah, I like we're calling him Fanta now. And I think we're all going to agree on this. Justin Jackson deserves the roster spot over Ronald Jones at this point.
No, I don't at all. It's Rojo.
He's a starter for the next 3 weeks, so.
Is he though? Is he?
Okay, there's that. But
is he?
But here's the thing. Like you said, Keyshawn's already in the doghouse. Gio's out for the next 2 weeks. So for fantasy purposes, Gio's done. Fournette's done. So it's Bell, it's Keyshawn who's already in the doghouse, and Rojo. Are they going to run just no backs? I mean,
why not? I mean,
they have no wide receivers
at this point. Yeah,
I guess they're running 3 tight ends. They're running Braden and H-back.
Rojo is going to see more touches. He's going to see more steps. Just like at the tight end position, really at any position, honestly, you want to chase the volume. Rojo's going to get that. I don't think he's going to be what Fournette was because he's not going to see that type of receiving volume. Yeah. But honestly, he has more juice as a rusher than Fournette does. He has more speed.
He just doesn't have the trust. Is all
exactly.
It comes down to. So, and that's where Joe could be absolutely right. This almost feels like having the Julio Jones argument again. We know what he can do, but can he keep his ass on the field? And Julio proved Joe right very quickly this past week. So
I was literally just about to bring this up because you guys are going Ronald Jones. I said last week, don't start Julio Jones. Pick up Kendrick Bourne. He will get more points than Julio. Julio scored 0, and I'm pretty sure the other receiver in that conversation was Brandon Ayuk. I said, play Kendrick Bourne over Brandon Ayuk. You will thank me later. He had Brandon Ayuk had 4.6. Kendrick Bourne, I believe, had 10.
Yeah. Bourne definitely had 10. I don't remember what Ayuk had. I know it wasn't good.
Ayuk had 4.6. I have it right in front of me.
The 5 wide receivers that I picked for my Thrive all had the worst games of their life. I'm starting to feel like I may be a kiss of death. So,
yeah. So I'm telling you right now, just roll with Justin Jackson. But believe me on this one, G. Believe me. Roll with Justin Jackson on this one. My name is Jeff or Ronald Jones from Carrington. Sorry, I missed that one, buddy. Jeff Wilson, I'm gonna assume is what it is. I mean, it took 15 weeks for Jeff Wilson's season to kick in. So
I'm still
Tennessee's got a good run defense.
I was gonna say Tennessee's good on stopping running backs, and I just don't trust that they're gonna use Jeff like that every week. Tennessee, has given up the fewest PPR points to running backs this season.
And I think this is a game where San Francisco has to win, and I think they probably feed Deebo Samuel.
Yep.
If I had to take a guess, they're probably gonna feed Deebo Samuel. So
I agree.
Rojo.
Well, I would say we need to get 2 elixirs real quick just before someone else claims this. So it's Zach.
Ronald Jones is the answer, Carrington.
Yeah, it's Rojo.
Yeah. Rojo.
And elixirs, go get Zach Ertz. Very, very quickly.
Why is Ertz on your waiver wire?
No idea.
Zach Ertz.
If you have to drop Fant, that's fine. You might want to hold him, but you want to start Zach Ertz this week if Waller can't go. So maybe if Waller can go.
Yeah. Dang. Indy is god awful against tight ends.
Yep.
Hunter Henry, prime example. Oh my God. During that game, there was, I think there was 3 straight plays in the red zone. They did not target Hunter Henry. And I'm screaming at my television, Hunter Henry is open every play. Please, God, throw to him. And then the next play, butt naked in the end zone.
Oh, I know exactly. I know exactly the series of
sequence
plays
of
that
events.
you're talking about. Yes, I watched the whole thing.
They targeted Aguilar like twice. I'm like, he's not open. He's double covered for some reason. He's not open. Throw to Hunter Henry. They're just ignoring him. Wide open. And I know we'll talk about this after the season because like you guys will go through the accountability show, and I'll go through all my sleepers and like all my big predictions. Dude, Hunter Henry as Rob Gronkowski on this team. Yeah, that's my biggest swing and hit. I think this entire season because he's double-digit touchdowns now, right? Yeah, 10. I think he
had 9.
He either is going 4-10 or. I think he had 8.
I mean, he'll hit 10 this year, absolutely.
I think he had 8
going.
Yeah, he
has 9 this year.
9. Okay, so the first one he caught was 8. I thought he had 8 going into the game against Indy because he caught 2. Okay. Yeah. Hunter Henry absolutely destroyed that team. So Zach Ertz should have a good week. And also, Arizona should bounce back. Like, let's be real. Well, they should bounce back.
Ertz had a good week last week while they were struggling. So
yeah, they should bounce back.
He's become a very big part of that offense very quickly.
Yeah. My 3-ups. My boy Tyler Huntley, he's legit. He's legit.
He played really well.
I went and added him in every dynasty league I could find him. I was shocked he was out there so much. I'm thinking because I saw he's an RFA this year. So
yeah. And I mean for you Mark Andrews owners, wow, does he love Mark Andrews?
Yes,
loves Mark Andrews. But Mark Andrews almost had 100 yards by like the second quarter, right?
Yeah,
it was ridiculous. Craig Reynolds, over 100 yards. What a guy!
What a guy!
Craig Reynolds. He is not a good running back. Let's be real. He is not built like a running
his
back.
Moment.
He is 100%. I think his vision's really good. He just has 0 top end speed.
Yeah,
and not the best agility. But he is definitely going to find a home in a mix next year on a roster.
I kind of threw this out on one of my videos or one of my articles. I have no inside information. I cannot think that they would rush Swift back when he is playing the way he is. Campbell seems to type to me that would reward this. And so it's just interesting to me that Swift practiced today, and I'm just going to be interested to see how all that thing plays out.
Reynolds seems like a Dan Campbell guy, a guy that no one's ever heard of.
Precisely.
1,000%.
Yep. And then my 3rd up, I really, honestly, I had no clue who to go with. Because my notes are, oh, baby, he's legit, Tyler Huntley. Oh, baby, he's kind of legit, Craig Reynolds. Then I wanted to put Jared Goff here and say, oh, baby, he still sucks. But I just didn't want to reward Jared Goff like that, so I just put Jeff Wilson, saying it took 15 weeks. So,
I hate that at this point we were all finally off of Jeff Wilson. It was like, oh, just not even worrying about it, and then he finally had like a good week.
Yeah. Obviously, because that's how fantasy football works.
You finally give up on the guy, and it's like, oh, hold this beer. So
yeah. Elixir says he's got 3 waiver claims and just wants to know the order. He's basically guaranteed to get first waiver, but
I think the order's right.
Yeah, AB, Godwin, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, Godwin, Ertz, over Fant. I think that's good.
Yep.
Josh?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind putting Ertz first, honestly. Just because, I mean, you have Waller and...
Yeah, I mean, he's going. I guess it really comes down to look at the other 3 teams. Are they going to play keep away?
Yeah.
I mean, if
you feel like neither of them need a tight end, then keep Ertz further down the line. But I will say AB's probably going to be the hottest ad simply because Godwin's out. He's coming back, so it would make sense to have AB first.
Yep.
I was going to say, I have no problem leaving Ertz down there, too, because even if he doesn't get Ertz, I really don't think anybody's going to maybe scrounge for Albert O.
I say Cook, O is interesting. I don't know that I would start O over Fant just because you're playing the same game at that point. Like, I love Albert O this week, but I don't know that I would go that far. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. 3 downs. There's a lot of them this week. Probably could have added more than 3, realistically. But, Josh, you just have week 15 as a whole. Basically,
crazy week.
Basically saying next time you want to get blackout drunk, just at least give us a heads up. Or maybe do it in week 18 when no one really cares about fantasy football anymore.
Yeah, might help.
Number 2,
I just think of that scene from Office Space where the manager comes in. He's like, if you could go ahead and work on weekends,
yeah,
that would be great.
Yeah. You have my Dynasty playoff team, or your Dynasty playoff team.
Yeah.
Your roster consists of Kyler Murray, Najee Harris, Saquon Barkley, Ramondre Stevenson, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Deontay Johnson, and Dallas Goedert. And you scored a whopping 75 points in PPR. That's a tough one.
That's a weird flex, but I just needed to put that out there so that everybody could fully understand this pain.
Yeah, how crazy it is.
It's tough. You also have Nick Sirianni. You said you're happy you won Tuesday, but you let Miles Sanders. Will you let Miles Sanders score a touchdown? 864 yards from scrimmage on 155 touches. Can't find the end zone like Julio Jones. God forbid you give him a carry inside the 5 when he did all the work to get there.
Twice.
It's the Miles Sanders blackout.
God. Man.
Yeah, Miles Sanders blackout. Ryan, these are all from your 4-eyed championship team, which, if you remind me, was 13-1 in the regular season.
Yep.
So I find it weird that you know,
and dropped like 260 on bye last week.
13-1, man.
Oh wait, no. I got my weeks wrong here because there was no bye in that. Okay,
I'm just confused because you were touting you were undefeated all season. You know, your first loss comes and then
the second one comes.
And then
I think I'm going to lose my next 10 straight. Balance out. Everything that's done is undone.
You hate to see it, but your 4-eyed culprits. Tom Brady, worst game of the year. I'll pile on with Tom Brady too because, like I said, I lost by 9 points in the league. I had Brady, Godwin, Gronkowski, and Kamara.
Yeah.
I literally needed just
ugly game for fantasy. Good.
I just needed a base level game from Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Base level.
I needed a little bit more than that. I needed him to have a good game, but he certainly went the other route.
James Conner.
My guy. It's Detroit, man. I know you're hurt.
Lions,
Tough.
man.
Tough. And then you say KJ Osborne. You hyped him like crazy, and he let you down.
Let me down. I was a little nervous about even playing him, and then they're like, Thielen's not playing. I was like, all right, he's going to go out here and eat. Nope.
Can we talk about the Vikings wide receivers too, and how every starting defensive back for the Chicago Bears was out? And that
KJ
happened.
Osborne got me knocked out of a tournament. So,
tough. My 3 downs. I have Jonathan Taylor. Really, dude? The one run. Come on.
Just be quiet for.
You know what? Honestly, though, even if he doesn't rip that one run, he's still a top 24 back.
I would say he's a low end RB2.
He was over what? He was over 105 at that point. So.
It was I think it was 102 at that point before he ripped that run because he lost
like 102, 103 because he had 67 yards on that run.
Yeah, he lost like 3-4 yards per play before that run. Yeah, I mean, I knew I was still going to be wrong because he still would have been a low-end RB2.
But at least you weren't very wrong like you.
Yeah, but like, what the hell? And I literally said, all they have to do, they just have to limit him, right? They have to limit his big plays. And they kind of did, right? The first half, he did have some big plays, but this whole second half, he didn't really do anything.
I think there's something to stopping a wide receiver, the whole Bill Belichick narrative that we argued. There's something to stopping a wide receiver versus stopping a running back. Like, you have to commit your entire team
to stopping a running back.
And Belichick's not going to do that. So, I mean, I know we're backtracking on what we said Saturday, but I mean, Jonathan Taylor's just good. That's all it comes down to.
He's fantastic.
Good at football.
And I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I was just like that one where you have to limit his big plays. And literally with 2 fucking minutes on the clock, big play.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. And also, I mean, Carson Wentz was trying to gift you that football game.
Yes, he was.
He should have thrown 3 interceptions that game.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, and we talked about someone, Josh, I think you had him as your downside. He was awful.
Yeah.
He was so bad.
That's a home
run.
He
definitely.
Right,
I mean, he only threw 12 passes, but he was definitely not efficient with very many of them.
God, no.
Bill Belichick says, if I'm not throwing passes, nobody's throwing them.
Yeah, literally. And also, Mac Jones looked bad in the first half, but for a rookie to bounce back like he did in the second half, I think that's a good step, at least.
The pre-packaged hate for Mac Jones is incredible to me. As someone who had no chips in the game, like, I'm not a draft guy, I'm not a Patriots guy, I am loving everything I'm seeing from this kid. I went out and got him in Dynasty leagues. So
the problem is that the fantasy pundits, especially those that actually pay attention to college, all they care about is rushing. They're not actually grading like the talent of the player itself.
It's athleticism.
They're rating. Oh, I want this guy because he gives me the cheat code with his legs. Like we all knew that Mac Jones is just going to be a statue back there. Like his rushing upside is maybe 30 yards in a given season.
Oh, your boy took off for a first down though.
Yeah.
Truck it. He looked gross running. Let me just add that.
I feel like that was a lot of the hate, so to speak, was because of that. But still, it's like
my hatred came directly from Nick Saban has never produced an NFL quarterback. That was all my hatred.
So the very first tweet I saw was they were defending Mac Jones, but they were like, maybe he's never going to be, and just started like listing off shit that I think he will be. Like they're basically saying he's never going to be a good fantasy asset. And I disagree with that completely. Like he has shown signs in year one that if he gets to stay with McDaniels, and there's no reason to think he won't, and gets to continue to learn and grow in this offense, I think he could be a stud next year. Like
just imagine they get him a wide receiver one. Look what like a legit wide receiver one did with Tom Brady there.
Yeah.
We're comparing him to Tom Brady because obviously that was the comparison coming out. But we talk about all this rushing and fanciness. Who's the QB1 right now?
Josh Allen, I believe.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, it was Brady last I looked.
Brady might have dropped to 2, but regardless, Brady has been
6 point. In 6 point, it's Allen, Herbert, and Brady.
Okay.
Allen, Herbert, Brady. Okay. But, I mean, for a long time, Tom Brady was the QB1. And obviously still a top 3 quarterback. But he
also has 36 touchdowns in the year, too.
Yeah.
I think that's what you're thinking, Joe, is most passing touchdowns.
Yes. But, again, and that's something where, he's not going to get you the rushing upside. But you're right, Josh. I mean, he's been good around the red zone. And on the interception he threw could not have been a more rookie interception because it was a linebacker who lined up on the line, looked like he was going to blitz, and then dropped back into the slant passing lane. I have seen so many quarterbacks throw that and make that mistake. Was it Kurt Warner in the Super Bowl? That's how James Harrison got his 101-yard interception touchdown return.
Yep.
James Harrison dropped back into coverage from his outside linebacker position and then obviously returned it for a touchdown. Kurt Warner made that mistake. I've seen countless quarterbacks make that mistake. So
they're making movies about Kurt Warner.
They're making movies, and what a terrible movie it's probably going to be. Shout out to Chuck, because that was a fantastic show, and I'm forgetting the name of the actor who is playing Kurt Warner. Someone please help me.
Zachary Levi.
Yeah, Zachary Levi. Fantastic Chuck. Fantastic Shazam. I don't know how you're going to be as Kurt Warner, my friend.
It was actually well-reviewed. I listened to a couple of movie reviews this morning, and it's well-reviewed, but I mean, it is what it is.
Can we talk about how no actor has any athletic ability whatsoever? Because every actor has ever thrown a ball
looks ridiculous.
Looks so bad.
Looks awful. Like, how do these actors go through like voice acting classes and maybe some accent classes for those, obviously ones overseas that are British and need to learn how to have more of an American accent. Can they go through like a fucking week of football training? Like, just learn how to throw a ball. It's sad. That's just funny to me. But my second down, Alvin Kamara, I just really piling on to this. What the hell was that Tampa Bay New Orleans game? Yeah. Brady is 0-4 against New Orleans in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers uniform in the regular season. Think about that. That's interesting. That's a very interesting stat. And obviously he's 1-4, and the one win comes in the playoffs. So I guess that's when it really matters.
Yeah.
But
Tom Brady-esque.
And then, man, my third down, Arizona. I just put a lot of ha-ha-ha-ha-has. Cliff Kingsbury for Coach of the Year. You can really LOL at that one. Arizona winning the Super Bowl. Sorry, Ryan, you're not winning your bet. No. I really don't know why you did that. I could have swayed you from that in the preseason. 30-1?
40-1.
40-1. Great. You want to know why they were 40-1? They suck.
It looked great for many. Many weeks.
You know who looked great for many weeks? Your four-eyed team, and they lost in the first round of the playoffs.
Where we stand right now.
So Arizona sucks.
Goes the Arizona Cardinals.
Arizona sucks. Oh my God. First round exit right now at this point.
Ryan,
first round exit.
Not your show, buddy.
Oh,
we're gonna bounce back and get the bye, and then they can't be a first round exit, and then I'm gonna laugh.
Divisional round exit. How about that?
Oh, now you're already hedging.
You just said if they get the first round bye, I'll give you their first game in the divisional round.
So that's a second round exit. Now, then a third round exit. And then a fourth round
exit. They're not going to make the fourth round. The fourth round's a Super Bowl.
I know.
You know what? Fourth round exit. They lose in the Super Bowl, Ryan. Just to make it worse for you. Get you that close to victory.
Oh, no, because I'll put enough money on the other team so that I win no matter what.
Yeah, hedge? Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. G says Jeff Wilson, Rojo, Odell Beckham Jr., Sony Michel, Vanny J, pick one in a PPR. They're playing in Minnesota this week, technically on a short week.
Give me all the OBJ out of these guys.
I was to say, yeah, I'm Odell Beckham, Van Jefferson. I'm like Tutu Atwell at this point because Minnesota's secondary is that bad. Odell Beckham.
You hope it's a bounce back game for OBJ and Van Jefferson, but if I'm choosing between the two, Odell seems to have the eye. So
Odell, yeah, clean sweep there. Grapefruit, welcome to the show, my friend. We've all said this. If Jared Goff plays,
say it all.
We trust him on Ross St. Brown.
If it is Tim Boyle, stay far away.
We don't. Yeah, and it says I hope Jared Goff doesn't pull some crap and throw to only Reynolds and Khalif Raymond.
I think those days are over. I think he knows what's going on with Amon-Ra at this point. So
Reynolds has had pretty solid weeks here lately, even in tandem with Amon-Ra.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Reynolds had 18 PPR points last week, even though Amon-Ra blew up. So I'm less worried about Reynolds, but again, Khalif Raymond, I think is really just kind of over with at this point. Amon-Ra is finally Khalif. All right. I'm the guy right now. I'm the one that's getting open. Goff is gonna find me. So
I will say because when Khalif had that 2 touchdown game, both of them, if I remember correctly, were inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah,
and so Amon-Ra just broke that one from about 25 out, if I remember correctly. So Khalif could still make some shit happen, but if DeAndre Swift is back the way Craig Reynolds is running, it's unlikely. The targets, you're chasing the volume, and it's certainly I cannot imagine a world where that's changing, especially against Atlanta. Unless Cordero Patterson is going to play corner, they don't have anybody who can cover ARSB. So,
yep. To G again, Pittman, OBJ, Singletary, AB, Mooney in a PPR. Pick one. I feel like this is probably between Beckham and Antonio Brown.
I like Mooney and Pittman this week as well.
I hate the Bears going into Seattle.
Yeah,
absolutely hate them.
I mean, Seattle just can't cover anybody.
At rookie quarterback with Seattle, 12th man holiday weekend.
And what's funny, Joe, is sneak preview. My stream of the week is Justin Fields.
And that's why I have him as my downside quarterback.
My entire stream, my stream of the week is the most sketchy. It's probably going to end up being my best or worst week. I'm talking 15 for 15 or 0 for 15. So.
Yeah. I'll double down. I'll go Odell here, Ryan.
Same.
Yeah, I would lean Odell. I would just keep a large eye on practice reports. It's just weird to me that I think he and Van Jefferson combined for 5 targets last week. So
yeah. From Marcos, half point PPR, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Antonio Brown, Russell Gage, or T. Higgins. I guess we'll start there. So one of those guys, the Brown Bros, Gage or Higgins. I am probably on the T. Higgins train here.
Same. Jamar Chase obliterated Baltimore last.
I was just going to say, if it was half point,
and T. Higgins had 15 targets in that game.
If it was full point, I might lean Gage just because Detroit still sucks. Let's not get that twisted. So
Gage also made a great catch last week in the end zone.
Russell Gage is so good. But because it's half point, I would also go Higgins.
I don't know if Russell Gage is so good. He's very good.
He is underrated.
Teams are focusing on Kyle Pitts. That's really what it boils down to. They're focusing on Pitts. Detroit's not going to be able to do that. I think this is going to be the week where Pitts kind of has that big blow up game. He gets 1, maybe even 2 touchdowns, and potentially even sees 100 yards. Right now he's at 847 yards, 1 touchdown, and is tight end 5 on the year with 1 touchdown. Yeah. Everybody was talking last year about Evan Ingram not scoring touchdowns and couldn't be a tight end 1. And Kyle Pitts is saying, well, I can do it. Why can't anybody else?
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because Kyle Pitts has hands. Evan Ingram has bricks.
Yeah.
So
that's
that definitely plays a factor.
Imagine what he'll do when he has a quarterback.
Yeah. Lee says, just his 2 cents, the AFC is going to have to beef up their defenses to handle the power run of Indy, Tennessee, and New England. He thinks Bill's going to zag and run less, more passing for Mac Jones. I mean, I could see it. But, I mean, their mentality in the playoffs the last, however many years they've been in it has been run the football.
Oh, I don't think he means now. I think he means as the future progresses that teams in the AFC are going to start to build their teams to stop the run, and that's where Bill's going to. I assume that's what he meant. That's how I took it.
That's kind of how I'm translating it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I remember back in the early 2000s when like the Greatest Show on Turf, and then Philly spent like their top 3 draft picks on defensive backs.
Yep.
And they said, we're just going to stop the pass.
Yep.
Like teams adjust and they make those types of moves. So I think you could very easily end up seeing, linebackers, defensive tackles, defensive ends going probably a little earlier than normal as teams try to stop Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry.
That's a fair point where I was shooting down the ends,
what New England's building right there at with Stevenson and Harris. And then they're going to be like, okay, well, now we actually trust Mac Jones to air it out 50 times a game and win us the ball game if need be. And they're going to be so top heavy up front with no back end help that they're not going to be able to stop Jones.
It's a powerhouse in the AFC South. Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, James Robinson, David Johnson. Real powerhouse 4 right there in the AFC South in the backfield. No, screw Travis Etienne. I don't want him to have a good professional career. You were going to take carries away from my boy, J-Rob. I don't want you to. All right? I want you to get traded. I want the new head coach to come in and trade your ass immediately. If not, trade James Robinson to a team with a good offensive line. Please.
Fair.
Please.
Or
that would be
draft a
great.
good offensive line.
And G says, also, tell me otherwise that Big Dick Danny Carlson isn't the best dynasty kicker. You misspelled Justin Tucker because Justin Tucker will still be playing this game in 10 years.
Yeah.
So, Justin Tucker, Evan McPherson is the next Justin Tucker. Let's just get that straight. He's for real. 2 50-yarders with ease in Denver. Who else? This Riley Patterson from Detroit looks pretty good too.
I just don't like his journey. I'm glad to see he's starting to play well, but like there was a point where he was supposed to be active and then they went back to Ryan Santoso. Like that whole thing is weird. I understand he's a rookie. I just don't know that I would buy all that.
Well, I mean, we've seen these rookies get jerked around a lot. I mean, look at Greg Joseph. Even Daniel Carlson to a point was jerked around really early.
That's a good point.
Being cut
he
from
started off in
before
Minnesota.
landing in, so
I do like Daniel Carlson. I like Daniel Carlson. He's not number 1. He probably top 3, and he's number 3. But
I think you're going to see Jason Sanders bounce back too next year. So
yeah, I'd put Tucker and Evan McPherson very much ahead of Daniel Carlson.
Yeah, and Tucker is way ahead.
So stupidly good.
Yeah,
so stupidly good. Okay. So Randy and Mike Pat are really What pissed me off in that game? The Pats jumped off sides on a Michael Badgley missed field goal, and then he made the next one, and then he had the same distance, 47 yards, and God, it was so awful how bad he missed that field goal. Wow.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if they're going to consider bringing Rocket Ship back.
I don't know why they wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been on the Randy Bullock is Garbo train for a while. I thought Badgley was okay, but I knew in this game.
Well, the Colts. I think Badgley or Blankenship's been ready, but the Colts just didn't feel like making the change, and now you have to consider it.
Well, I mean, Badgley was technically 1 for 3 in that game, so they should probably make the change. All right, upside downside. Josh, clean sweep last week. You're 4-0, 31-26-3 on the season.
Before you get into these, I just want to point out.
No.
I had my absolute best week of confidence plays this week.
In the worst week.
67% correct in my picks, and I will take that to the bank. Thank you very much. I'm almost tempted to not write any more columns just so I land on a high note.
Now, is that because like wide receiver 36 scored like 3 points, or
no? The only like real like close wins that I had, like I had Garoppolo finished at QB 14. We do top 15. And then I think really that was about it. Like all my quarterbacks were all like 11, 12, 13 kind of range. But I mean, That's what we're calling at that point. So
nice. Yeah. You got Dak Prescott this week at home against Washington. Craig Reynolds in Atlanta. I love that one. T. Higgins at home against Baltimore. Like previously said, he had 15 targets against Baltimore.
Yeah.
In the first matchup. And you have Zach Ertz at home against Indy. Ryan, you were 500 last week, 26-34 on the season. Jimmy G in Tennessee tomorrow night. James Robinson will be the RB1 or you lose.
That's right. Call him a shot.
Ryan will lose. New York Jets, James Robinson, RB1.
With their head coach and half their defense on COVID, not a bad call there.
Yeah. What did Duke Johnson just do?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Jonathan Taylor is playing a team that Craig Reynolds had 100 yards on. So, just saying. I have James Robinson and Jonathan Taylor in the same damn lineup. So if they both score,
congratulations.
If they both score 50, I'm good. I'm good with it.
You have two guys tied for RB1.
I also have Austin Eckler if he plays. So that would be amazing if that all happens. Ryan, you also have Amon-Ra St. Brown in Atlanta and Albert O in Vegas.
Yep.
I was 3-1 last week, 34-26 on the season. I got Burrow against Baltimore. Ramondre Stevenson at home against Buffalo. Van Jefferson in Minnesota. I'm literally going for 150-yard touchdown. That's all I need.
Okay.
That's all I need. James O'Shaughnessy or Dan Arnold, whoever starts against the Jets. And then quick downsides here. Josh, you were 2-1-1 last week. It's incredible with how shitty of a week it was, and we didn't all go 4-0. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Josh, you're 2-1-1 last week. You're 33-23-4 on the season. You got Kirky Bird against the Rams, Duke Johnson in New Orleans on Monday night, Jerry Jeudy in Las Vegas, and Gerald Everett home against Chicago. Ryan, you were 4-0 last week, 35-23-2 on the season. Derek Carr against Denver, James Conner against Indy, Stephon Diggs in New England, and same game, Hunter Henry at home against Buffalo. It was 1-2-1 last week, 28-30-2 on the season. My one tie was Tyler Lockett. I look back at it. I have Justin Fields in Seattle, just to spite Ryan. Antonio Gibson in Dallas. I know you literally put out, you said, I hate that Justin Fields is my stream of the week. Like, you put that out. So, but I will feel like Seattle hasn't played well, but I also, it's a rookie quarterback going into Seattle.
I'm going to mention this in my video. And like I said, I'm going to mention this in my video. I think another thing we're seeing, it should probably be Jimmy Garoppolo. He's way safer. And actually, I'm going to mention your boy Tyler Huntley in my video too. But I also feel like teams are hoarding right now for two reasons. One, they're inactive. They're not in the playoffs anymore, so they're not churning players anymore. And number two, I think teams are playing keep away from other teams. So the 50% roster is just killing me right now.
Yeah, no, 100%. Brandon Ayuk in Tennessee. Wow. It feels so good. It feels so good to be just so right on this motherfucker. It feels so good. You have no idea.
This might blow up in your face this week, buddy.
Oh,
it might this week, yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, 100% will. 100% will. This is like me putting Mahomes as my downside as principal for 3 weeks, and then he put up like 70 that 1 week.
I remember, yeah.
But it was pretty. I was 3-1 on Patrick Mahomes as a downside. I'll take that on the season. But also to G, who said in our Starts a Different Day show, I'd like everyone to answer this besides Joe because he won't say start Brandon Ayuk. You're welcome, you bitch. You're welcome. If you listen to me, that is, obviously.
I mean, he was still asking questions, so he's clearly
still asking questions, so he's still here. And also Dalton Schultz at home against Washington. That one also might blow up in my face, but
I think I like him this week.
Yeah, no Cameron Curl. He's on IR. But hey, who knows? Maybe Cole Holcomb will step in front of his wide open target and return another touchdown.
No, I'm with
6
you.
points.
I mean, I have him at 10 points, so that might hurt you, but I have him at tight end 15, so I am in agreement.
He's like right, and again, he's right on the line.
Yeah,
and it all depends who the hell is Dallas game planning to get the ball in the hands of.
Yeah,
because that's really what it comes down to. And we'll get to some of these questions here from Carrington before we hop into the last couple. Mike Will Jacoby or Mike Gallup in a peeper. Mike Williams in Houston. Jacoby Myers at home against Buffalo. Michael Gallup is at home against Washington. Thoughts?
It'd be hard for me to bench Mike Williams in this matchup.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm leaning. Buffalo does cover the slot okay.
I mean, hey, they covered Jacoby Myers so well he didn't have a catch in their first match. Don't ask me how many pass attempts were thrown. Just know.
Hashtag analysis.
Hashtag analysis. Hashtag Jonnu Smith.
Oh, you just know there's some like math nerd that doesn't watch any football that's seeing that and completely fading Jacoby Myers out of like just because of that. So
yeah. I mean, hey, if
I
you're,
would love if Bill came out and didn't run the ball this game.
that would be amazing. Oh, you know that's gonna happen. You know 100% that's gonna happen.
That would be hilarious.
Now listen, I mean, hey, if you're like some guys like Maeve Kluge, he said Jonnu Smith was the leading receiver for the Patriots when they played Buffalo. So hey, fire up Jonnu Smith.
Technically not wrong.
You get 1 catch for 12 yards, leading receiver for the New England Patriots when they last played Buffalo.
Victory lap where you can get them.
Victory lap where you can get them. Carrington again, Rashad Penny, Ronald Jones, or Deonta Foreman. Rojo, right? By default at this point?
Yeah. Penny's not bad. It's just...
Chicago's defense can show up, though. That's the thing.
And Alex Collins is back, and I don't know that they're going to shut him out. Foreman, I'm just not feeling this week. I think San Francisco is going to shut him down. So give me Rojo.
Yep.
Yeah, I would personally was going to slightly lean Foreman just because of the amount of volume that he's really been getting of late.
A lot of it.
Yeah. And again, it's one of those, like, we know they're going to feed him, and at a certain point, it's going to wear out a defense. So,
interestingly enough, I have them all within a point of each other, but I have Rojo just slightly ahead. So.
Ronald Jones.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I'll agree with Ryan's statistics.
There you go.
Speaking of Ryan, stream of the week, we already said Justin Fields, quarterback, stream of the week. Tight end, Jared Cook at Houston.
Actually, I just changed that. I don't remember who it is, though. Sorry, I forgot I updated it after all the news came out, but I'll get to it later. Go ahead.
Well, what you need to know, guys, is tune in. Ryan's going to drop his stream of the week video on our YouTube page tomorrow morning. So.
Cook is still a good play. He's just not the stream of the week anymore. So.
And we'll also be back tomorrow answering start-sit questions because Saturday is Christmas, and we like you guys, but we like our families and presents and gifts more.
Yes.
I mean, I'm going to be working Christmas morning, so.
Apparently, Josh is just likes money. Josh likes money.
Josh is Ebenezer Scrooge, and we're all Bob Cratchit.
Oh, don't worry. I'll put on my my positive Scrooge pants towards the end of the year. Don't worry.
Exactly. That's how it all goes. I've seen that movie.
I do these things for you guys.
Yes.
That's right.
So we'll be going live tomorrow, actually the same time as this show starts, 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll go on for about an hour before Thursday Night Football kicks off, and we'll answer all your start-sit questions for the playoff semifinals ahead because, well, we didn't want to alienate you and leave you guys hanging during semifinals week. So we love you.
Yes.
Yeah. Woo!
Unless you're playing me this week.
LFG starts at different day.
That's right.
And then Ryan, your stream of the week defense, the Chargers against Houston.
Did not change. Will not change.
Thriving on props, Joshua. Jeffrey Wilson under a half a rushing touchdown, 115 points. Ryan, Nick Westbrook-Akeen over 30 yards, 95 points.
I will say I jumped on that one when I thought Julio was out, and it's not looking like he's out now. So
that's right.
He'll be out in 5 plays. Yeah, he'll be out by the second quarter. And then I have Deebo Samuel over 85.5 total yards.
I almost took that one.
105 points. Yeah, honestly, it really all just depends on how many touches
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Shanahan wants to give him. Because if he gets 10, I think he goes over 85 easily.
The Jeff Wilson rushing yards prop is pretty solid too. I think it's like at 60.5.
Yeah, I thought it was 56.5.
I was going to jump on the under on that.
No, I thought it was a little higher than that. But I mean, he only has one game this year over that total, and it was literally last week.
They're being very reactive to what happened last week.
Yeah. But I mean, that's an even 100, so it's a coin flip. But
a lot of coin flips this week.
Yeah.
But I wanted to go with the bigger swing because I've got a 3-game lead on you guys with 3 weeks to go.
There you go. Have fun with it.
Karen just saying he was when 9 and 11 and
9 out of 11 leagues.
Not when 9-11 getting and 7 and 9 still in. Heck yeah.
Congrats, buddy.
I say for my accountability, I went 15 of 16, and I thought I was going to get to say 10 out of 15 still alive, but some bullshit went down, and it's 9 out of 15. But Joe's gonna bring that belt in.
I have to think. So I'm not counting the standard league because I gave up by week 8.
Oh, miss me with the bullshit. You count it.
Okay, fine. I'll count it. Just know I literally haven't set my lineup since week 8 because the team that drafted 2 kickers by the name of Quinn Nordine and Will Lutz had a better record than me through 7 weeks.
Yeah.
None of them have played a snap this season.
Can they host a show?
I don't know. I don't know. God, if there was a standard show that needed to be hosted, I should be the last applicant ever considered because I clearly don't know my way around a standard league.
So I'm doing well in my only standard league. So.
And then I believe outside of that, I only missed in 1. So that is, I think I'm like 6 of 7 or something like that. So
I was in 7 redraft leagues. 2 of them were the tournament, Scott Fishbowl 4. I missed the playoffs in both of those. I got first round buys in 2 of them. And then the fantasy go vid with Dave and everybody else, I got knocked out by that guy down there because of freaking
Antonio Gibson.
Don't let his dancing fool you. That belt over his right shoulder isn't staying there much longer.
Yeah. Yes, it is, bitch. You get a new belt every year.
Fine.
Yeah. And then I have quite a few dynasty leagues, but I'm like rebuilding in damn near all of them. But I did
those I'm okay with not counting.
I made the playoffs in 2 of them, but I got bounced last week. So.
Oh yeah, so I'm not counting the dynasty league either because I was garbage in that league. So
yeah, productive struggle.
So I'm still technically alive in 2 of them.
Heck yeah.
But I also invested very heavily in Calvin Ridley in a lot of my leagues, and we know how that went. So.
Carrington, I just want to throw out here real quick. You can be as bitter as you want about Tom Brady because I certainly am right now.
I have to say, I survived Tom Brady in one of my leagues, and I won by like 60 points. So the other dude just had a monstrosity of a week. And it was actually in my work league, so I got to gloat a little bit.
It's always fun.
But yeah, I survived a Tom Brady like 4-point performance.
I'm going to throw out there, you should be following the Bismarck Lark social media game because it is fantastic. That is Joe's real job, and he is fucking killing it. So
shout out to our whole communication team. It's not just me.
Yeah, it's great.
Isaac, Lee, Kayla, Will. Shout out.
Wow, he can be humble with his work friends, but not us. I see how it is.
No. Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. I share paychecks with them.
Yeah. It's a joy to watch, Joe. You guys are doing great.
Hey, go on TikTok. I believe our most recent TikTok was posted today.
Never.
It's a Clark the Lark thirst trap.
I'm at almost 40 years of not having been on TikTok, and I'm going to keep that streak alive.
All right. Well, for those that have TikTok, follow us at Bismarck Larks, and you'll see our mascot thirst trap later today. Yep. Hey, you'll get to see Clark naked. That's all I can say.
All right, let's speed round these.
All right, fantastic. From Wisna Has Hijulibech, he says start 3. Sorry. Henderson.
Pardon us.
Yeah, sorry. Henderson, Ayuk, Mike Evans, Antonio Brown, Brandon. So basically, sit 1 because there's 4 players here.
Evans is not playing.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, have they ruled him out?
No, I just can't imagine a world where he's playing.
If Evans plays, who are you sitting?
This decision could.
If Evan plays, I'm sitting Ayuk.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
But you also don't know that, so you're going to play Ayuk, and you're going to sit Mike Evans.
Ayuk's Thursday.
Yep.
Yeah, so you're going to sit Mike Evans, play Brandon Ayuk. Karen said
if that's the case, you could also consider benching Henderson for Evans too, because Henderson's losing touches to Michelle at this point.
Yeah, Evans did not practice today again. So again, I don't see a world where he's playing, but I could very well be wrong.
Lee says Dak or Taysom, and he said, off topic, this is his boss's 30th season of fantasy. That is absurd.
It is.
Dak or Taysom?
I'm going to believe in Josh and go Dak, plus I hate Taysom Hill. So.
Yeah, Dak needs a bounce back. And honestly, that's why I put him as an upside this week. I know it felt kind of cheap because I think he's like QB7 on the year. So obviously we expect him to have good weeks. He's looked not great.
Look what he did 2 weeks ago. I had him as my downside against Washington, and it hit. This is not absurd to put him there.
Not at all.
So
yeah. from Wisnas. Do we like Henderson or Michelle this week?
Michelle.
It would have to be full PPR for me to consider Hendo, and I'd probably still go Michelle.
Yeah, Michelle has taken over that backfield.
Yep.
So give me Michelle.
God, that's so weird to say.
A
blind man has taken Darrell Henderson's job.
Yep.
I mean, we said at the beginning of the year that like everybody wanted to just, give all of what we all thought that Cam Akers would get, just give it straight to Henderson. And it's like, why are we believing that McVay is just going to hand this guy the job? Like, he was ready to replace him after 1 year. Like, they ran him out due to not really having anybody else. Has he played well? Sure. But he's also been very inconsistent. Michelle has come in now that he actually has a feel for the offense, and he started to play well.
Yep.
And if you're going to do that, then McVay is going to give you the job.
All I know is Henderson is like
this
sniper.
is what McVay wanted. So
yeah. All I know is like Michelle replacing anybody is like a pistol replacing a sniper rifle in long shot battles. It makes no sense.
But sometimes you hit that headshot.
But sometimes you hit the headshot. Sometimes. Very much sometimes.
It also doesn't feel like they're dumping it off the running backs near as much.
Exactly.
Either.
Their passing has went down quite a bit.
So, but I mean, OBJ is not he's not the within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage play that like Robert Woods is. OBJ is a downfield guy, so they're looking to go downfield.
Yeah, and so the eyes aren't there.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
We did it.
We did it. And we're 3 subscribers away from 300. 3 away. 3 away from 300.
You guys need a reminder. Hit that subscribe button. Get a chance to enter yourself to win this Chris Godwin signed jersey.
That's right.
And if your profile is not public, for the love of God, send us a screenshot.
Yep.
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, wherever, at Club Fantasy FFL, any one of us individually, show us that you hit subscribe so that I enter you into this drawing. I want to give this to you. It is the holidays. Let me spread some sort of Christmas cheer because we all know I'm the Grinch around here. So
that's right.
Just make sure you're public. That's really the biggest thing here. Just make sure you're public. Yeah, so just make sure you're public. If tell your friends, just hit subscribe. We're 3 away, and we are going to give away the Chris Godwin sign
on January 1st.
Yep.
When our championship starts at different days.
10 days.
And your boy will be broadcasting from Staunton, Virginia.
Ooh.
Because we have to go to a wedding where basically the line of slavery began. So not excited for it.
No.
It really, right? Like, I was so happy because, I'm happy, right? Maggie's friends getting married. She's the maid of honor. I'm going to have fun. It's a wedding. Obviously, I'm going to have fun. They're having barbecue as well. So I'm just going to eat all the food.
There you go.
But I was like, Maggie's like, oh, it's in Virginia. I'm like, oh, great. Virginia Beach or like, Richmond, like maybe some place I've never been before. She's like, no, it's in a place called Staunton. I'm like, okay, maybe that's like 30 minutes from the coast, right? Like it's close. No, it is 3.5 hours from 3.5 hours.
Anywhere you want to be in Virginia.
Yeah, from anywhere I want to be. I'm excited though. It's a wedding.
There you go.
It'll be fun. But Staunton, Virginia, from the True by Hilton Hotel. So shout out Josh's new employer, Hilton.
There you go.
Sponsor us.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? No, you don't need to because we have free hotel rooms anyway.
Yeah,
with
Josh is our sponsor now.
Yeah, Josh is hooking us up with free hotel rooms. Okay, now I'm actually going to wrap up the show like I should normally. Ryan, you're going to drop a video tomorrow morning.
I am.
And then another one on Saturday.
Are you doing the Thrive on Saturday?
Maybe not.
Maybe Friday?
I completely forgot. It'll depend on what kind of research time I have with the holiday. I should have some time on Friday. If I record it, I'll drop it on Saturday. I just don't know if I'll have time to record it. I'll let you know. So,
what the hell's up with the Pokeball?
That was the thing that dropped.
Oh, okay.
It made that loud ass noise.
I should have time to record it on Friday. It just clicked for me. So you know what? I'll drop it because worst case scenario, I'll record it after our show.
We can always schedule it to go out Saturday morning.
I'll have time. It's not.
I'm just so glad that this show doc is updated to the fullest when I read it.
Hey, no, that's on me. I honestly didn't put 2 and 3 together on it being Christmas. So.
All right. Well, fuck you, Ryan. I guess that's where my hatred will go.
I like to make you look dumb.
Yep. Starts a different day. Again, tomorrow, not on Saturday.
Yes.
Tomorrow, same exact time as we start on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. DFS and chill, Sunday morning. You doing that?
Yes, that one is updated.
On and this week, Nate Hamilton and Steve Tironi. Kira can't make it, so I went out and got 2 guests. So.
Hamilton. We'll give him that. Yeah, Nate and Steve Tironi will be joining the show. 11 a.m. Eastern, Sunday morning. And then obviously January 1st, jersey giveaway if we hit 300 subscribers.
Boom.
Oh, so close, ladies and gentlemen. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your
enemies.
Tell your
we can gladly give them losing advice too, guys. They don't need to know.
Yeah.
Tell
them to watch my Thrive video. It's been a nightmare.
I'm sure somebody's out there making money on all your
just going the opposite
calls,
on me.
You know.
I would say make profiles of your with your dead relatives' email account and just kind of go from there.
Steal it like they stole this election. I'm joking. Fully joking.
Okay. Interesting. That was interesting.
Oh man.
That was. I mean, I've said some things on the show. I don't know about that one though.
The last 5 minutes of our shows are.
All you need to know is that Ryan is just lashing out because he's knocked out of the 4i championships.
Yep. Yes, exactly. This is one of the stages of depression.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to win because apparently the number 1 seed has scored like 17,000 points this season.
Yeah, dude seems to be legit.
Yeah.
He was a couple of points ahead of me. You can get him.
I'm going to get him.
I believe in you.
I'm going to get him for the team.
The answer to your question, Carrington, yes. Make as many fake profiles as you need.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just make sure they're public or send us screenshots, one or the other.
Yeah. And also tonight, happening right now, just started about 12 minutes ago. 4th and Frames from our friends at Fantasy Frames who put on the 4i championships.
Yes.
That is live. So go support them. And, emotionally support me in my endeavors this week because I have Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and Dawson Knox playing against the New England Patriots in that league. And I'm not happy about it. So we trudge on, though.
We're going to get it.
I mean, hey, if I wouldn't like this for real life reasons, but if the Bills decide to go ham like they did last year in Foxborough, it wouldn't be so bad for my fantasy team. It would be terrible for my real life team.
Yep.
So and that is that's it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. What a good show. Let's put some good energy out there. Let's hope that this week is going to be better than last.
Please.
Can't be worse.
Well, it could.
I know you did not want me to say that.
It could. So let's put it out there. Let's hope. You know, we're gonna end on a joke because Ryan's joke was terrible. So we're gonna end on a joke. I simply just looked up dad jokes and I hate all of them.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna pick a random one. Why can't a nose be 12 inches long?
Because then it's a foot.
What does a lemon say when it answers the phone? Yellow. There's your.
I love how Ryan, the actual dad, is the one that's guessing all of these answers.
How do you make 7 even? You take away the S. Yes.
Good one. Get us out of here. I have shit to do.
Don't make bad jokes. We'll get out of here earlier. God damn. For Josh, Ryan, myself, you can follow Club Fantasy on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Club Fantasy FFL. The URL is clubfantasyffl.com. Always remember, defense wins championships. Offense wins fantasy. Stop fucking spamming us, you Russian bots, you pieces of shit. Oh my God. We've blocked like 7 people this episode. We hate all of you. I had to go through 1,100 lists I deleted from an email list because you all were Russian bots. Oh, God. Hate Russia. Always remember, defense wins championships. Offense wins fantasy. If you're listening in Russia, why? Why do you even pay attention? Why? Have a good night. Have a good night. Don't overtake you.